Hello everyone, I'm Rebecca Myers and I'm back to talk to you about the Renaissance and modern society. I'd like to start with a quote by Michelangelo. "The greater danger for most of us lies not in setting our aim too high and falling short, but in setting our aim too low and achieving our mark." I feel that this really expresses the ideology of the Renaissance, that humanist desire to achieve greater things as an individual and the general expansion of knowledge in so many different fields of life. It really sums up the entire feeling of the Renaissance era. So the main point I hope to communicate through this speech is that the Renaissance was one of the most profoundly important periods in human development, and that the intellectual and artistic discoveries and advancements made during this time have paved the way for today's modern society. So how am I going to do that? I'm going to highlight three advancements in the world of science, printing, and public education that changed the way the world operated and to help usher in the tools for modern America to build the awesome society that we have today. So the first in the three advancements from the Renaissance, I'd like to talk about science and more specifically anatomy. So how many of you have ever been to a doctor for a broken bone or for surgery or just a physical in general? Well, you can thank Andreas Vesalius for his monumental research and discovery in the field of anatomy. He was a physician turned teacher and wrote a book on titled "On the Fabric of the Human Body." And it's a beautiful study of anatomy and is absolutely monumental in the advancements of anatomy and medicine. And when he was a student, actually, the way that he made these discoveries was he became a body snatcher. He snatched the body of an executed criminal and used it to dissect and check out the musculature and vascular system and document all of these, and which he later published in his book On the Fabric of the Human Body. So second of the three advancements from the Renaissance is the printing press. And the printing press was invented in 1944 by Johannes Gutenberg. Before that, they had done a lot of woodblock printing, and they weren't able to make very many copies of books or any kind of pamphlet or any type of spreadable knowledge. And so this enabled books to be printed in large quantities, and it enabled them to be printed rapidly. So this was absolutely vital to the spread of knowledge throughout Europe. The type of knowledge and books that were spread were like Vesalius' study of anatomy to further the advancement of medicine and science. His invention actually helped to start the scientific revolution, which led to huge advancements in modern science, as well as anatomy and medicine. So number three on our list of advancements from the Renaissance is the public library. The first public library was commissioned by Cosimo de' Medici of the very powerful, sometimes sinister Medici family out of Florence, Italy. It is known as the first public library in Europe, and he commissioned the help of Niccolo de Niccoli, a very well-known humanist at the time, humanist leader in the movement. He worked alongside Cosimo de' Medici to get this library opened and turned into this public space. And he says the intentions for this library were to be brought to the common good, to the public service, a place open to all, so that all eager for education might be able to harvest from it, as from a fertile field, the rich fruit of learning. And so I think that everyone in this class are benefiting today from those ideals brought forth back in 1944 in Florence, Italy, during the creation of this new system of accessible public education. So in conclusion, by examining our three occasions of advancement during the Renaissance, we can now see that these have effectively paved the way for our own modern society. Vesalius for his breakthrough studies in anatomy, Gutenberg for the books we read in our classes every day thanks to his printing press, and Cosimo de' Medici and the entire humanist movement of the Renaissance, which allows us, the public, free access to knowledge through the libraries, museums, and education centers of the world. Thank you very much.